Okay, I wanna continue the presentation. So the topic today about kinds of logic. I think this is the important topic. Let's start. Logic is the anatomy of thought, inspired by John Locke. What is logic? Logic is the branch of philosophy that focuses on reasoning. It is the science of evaluating arguments and help us distinguish between valid and invalid reasoning. Understanding logic is important because it allows to make sound decisions, solve problems, and build coherent arguments in daily life, as well as in academic and professional settings. In this presentation, I will explore different kinds of logic and how they apply to various forms of reasoning, such as deductive, inductive, abductive, and others. This type of logic serves as the foundation for critical thinking, help us analyze and construct arguments effectively. So the first is deductive logic. Deductive logic involves reasoning from general principles or premises to reach a specific conclusion. In this type of logic, if the premises are true, the conclusion must be also be true. It is a form of reasoning where the truth of the conclusion is guaranteed by the truth of the premises. For example, consider the following argument. Premise 1, all humans are mortal. Premise 2, Socrates is a human. So the conclusion is, therefore, Socrates is mortal. In this case, the general principle or all humans are mortal leads to a specific conclusion or Socrates is mortal based on the information provided. Deductive logic is the often used in the mathematics, philosophy, and scientific proofs because it is provides certainly as long as the premises are correct. The the next about inductive logic. Inductive logic involves reasoning from specific instance or observation to form a general conclusion. Unlike deductive logic, inductive reasoning doesn't guarantee certainty, but instead offers conclusions that are probable based on the evidence. For example, observation 1. Every swan, every swan I have seen is white. Observation 2. Another swan I see is white. So conclusion is, therefore all swans are probably white. Probably. Therefore all swans are probably white. Here the observation lead to a generalization. While the conclusion might be reasonable based on the evidence, it is not guaranteed to be true because there could be non-white swans that haven't been observed yet. Inductive logic is often used in science, where researchers make generalization based on repeated experiments or observation. Inductive logic helps in forming hypotheses and prediction, but there is always the possibility that new evidence could challenge the conclusion. Uh, the next about abductive logic. Abductive logic is a form of reasoning that involves reaching the best possible explanation for a set of observation. It is often used when we incomplete information and need to make an educated guess. Unlike deductive and inductive reasoning, abductive logic is focused on finding the most likely explanation, not necessarily a guaranteed or probable one. For example, observation, the ground is wet. Possible explanation, it probably rained last night. Rained last night. In this case, the conclusion is not certain but is based on the most plausible explanation give the evidence at hand. However, other explanations are possible, like someone watering the garden or water pipe leaking. Abductive reasoning is commonly used in the everyday problem solving, medical diagnosis, and detective work. any situation where we need to infer the best possible explanation from limited clues or information. It helps in informing hypotheses when there are multiple possible causes for an event or situation. The next is symbolic logic. Symbolic logic is a branch of logic that uses symbols and variables to represent logical expression and arguments. This form of logic allows for the manipulation of the symbol according to specific rules, making it easier to analyze the structure and validity of arguments without being distracted by the actual content. For example, in symbolic logic, we might represent P. It is raining. Q. The ground is wet. Using this symbol, we can express logical statement. P to Q. If it is raining, then the ground is wet. Another P. It is not raining. Symbolic logic emphasizes the form of the argument rather than its specific details. This approach is particularly useful in mathematics and computer science, where complex statements need to be analyzed and manipulated. By focusing on the logical structure, symbolic logic helps to identify valid reasoning patterns and uncover fallacies, making it a powerful tool in formal reasoning and proof construction. The next about modal logic. Modal logic is an extension of classical logic that incorporates the concept of necessity and possibility. It allows for the analysis of statements that are not only true or false but can also be potentially true or necessarily true. This type of logic is useful for discussing statements that involve modalities, how things could be or must be. For example, in modal logic, we might use symbols such as negative P. It is possible that P, positive P. It is necessary that P negative. Now, consider the following statement. Example 1. It is possible that it will rain tomorrow. It is positive P. Example 2. It is necessary that all triangles have three sides. This is positive Q. Negative P and positive Q. Okay. So, modal logic is important in various fields, including philosophy, linguistics, and computer science. It enables discussion about hypothetical scenarios, beliefs, obligations, and knowledge, providing a richer framework for reasoning about statements that involve potentiality and necessity. By using modal operators, we can capture the nuances of how we understand proposition beyond where truth values. The next about informal logic. Informal logic focus on the evaluation of arguments that as they occur in everyday language and reasoning. Unlike formal logic, which emphasize the strict structure of arguments and the use of symbols, informal logic examines the content, context, and practical implication of arguments. It's concerned with how people actually reason in real life situations. So here are the key aspects of informal logic. Include argument analysis. It is assessing the quality of argument based on their relevance and acceptability rather than just their form. Next, fallacies. These fallacies identifying common reasoning errors such as ad hominem attacks, strawman arguments, or slippery slope reasoning that can undermine the validity of an argument. And the next, practical context. Understanding the context in which arguments are made, including the audience purpose and emotional appeals. The example is when analyzing a political speech or an advertisement, informal logic would look at how the speakers persuade the audience, the evidence presented, and whether the arguments are logically sound or based on fallacious reasoning. Informal logic is crucial for critical thinking as it helps individuals evaluate the arguments they encounter in everyday life, enhancing their ability to engage in reasoned discussion and make informed decision. So the last is conclusion. In the conclusion, understanding the different kinds of logic, deductive, inductive, abductive, symbolic, modal, and informal, lays the groundwork for effective reasoning and critical thinking. Deductive logic guarantees three conclusions from true premises, while the inductive logic generalizes from specific observation, and abductive logic infers the best explanation from incomplete information. Symbolic logic formalizes argument structure using symbols. Modal logic explores necessity and possibility, and informal logic evaluates the content and context of everyday arguments to identify fallacies. Together, this form of logic enhance our ability to analyze and construct stronger arguments, improving critical thinking skills. Uh, I think that's all my presentation, guys. Sorry if I have error words. I very nervous to present the topic today. This is not. Nah, I don't care about it. So, if you have any question, suggestion, you can type in comment below, guys. Sorry for bad quality presentation today, I think. So, I hope you have. I hope you understand for my explanation today. You can uh, you can elaborate and practice to your everyday life. And yeah, I think that's all. Thank you for watching. See you.